Hello everyone, welcome to Knitting with Sherri. I'm going to show you 2 purl increases. And so what you're going to do is have your working yarn in front of your right needle, have some cast on stitches. You're going to take your right needle and you're going to go in. This one is called a bar increase. You're going to go in as to purl the first stitch, and you're going to purl that, pull your working yarn through and stop, keeping the left stitch on the left needle. Okay. Now you're going to be using that stitch, so every time you're going to, when you do increase, you're going to use the stitch more than once to increase it on this particular one. Okay, so you pull your working yarn through, and you're going to take your right needle and put it to the back left side of that same stitch, and you're going to go up through the center of that stitch. And so your right needle is in front now. You're going to purl that stitch, bringing it through, and there is your increase. And you have your left stitch, and you're going to pull that off to complete that increase. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so this is called the bar increase. And what you do is you purl into the front half, and you stop when you pull your working yarn through. And then you take the right needle and go to the back of the left side of that same stitch, and you come up through the center of that stitch. I don't know if you can see that. Oops, lost it. You're going to go up through the center of that stitch, and your right needle will be in front, and you purl it and come through to the back. There's your increase, and there you're going to take that stitch off the left to complete that increase. Okay, we'll do it a couple more times, but okay, so take your right needle and you're going to go in as to purl. You're going to purl it through and then stop as you purl, as your working yarn comes through, keeping the left stitch on the left needle. You're going to take your right needle to the back left side of that same stitch. You're going to go up through the center of that stitch. Your right needle becomes the top needle, and you're going to purl that stitch from the center right to the back left. And there's the increase. Take the left stitch off, and there you have it. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Insert your right needle as to purl. You're going to purl that stitch through and stop. You have your working yarn and your left stitch on your left needle. Keep that on there, and you're going to take your right needle to the back left of that same stitch on the left needle. Come up through the center. Didn't do it. Come up through the center of that stitch, and then purl that stitch through to the back left. Okay, and there's your increase. Slip the left stitch off. That completes the increase. We'll do it one more time. You're going to take your right needle into as to purl, pull it through, and keep your left stitch on your left needle. Okay, so now you're going to take your right needle and go to the back left of that stitch. Come up through the center. I'm going to pull my stitches down here. Come up through the center of that stitch. Now you're going to purl that stitch from the right side of that stitch to the back left. And there it is, your increase. And then you have your left stitch, which you're going to pull off. So that is the bar increase. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make one. It's called make one. And so we're going to purl this stitch here, and we're going to show you now how to do that. Okay, so you have a stitch on your right needle and a stitch on the left needle, and you see that here there's a horizontal bar going across here, and naturally in purling your left needle is going to be to the back. So you're going to pick up, you're going to go from the back underneath that horizontal stitch, And you're going to take your right needle to the front of your work, and you're going to purl that stitch. And there's your increase, and you're going to take the stitches off the left needle. Let's do that again, because I don't know if I was in the view of the camera, and I hate when I do that. Alright, so to make one, let's go ahead and purl the next stitch. Alright, you have the stitch on the right, and you have the stitch on the left, and in between, there's these horizontal bars. So you're going to pick up, with your left needle, you're going to pick up that top horizontal bar. And with your right needle, you're going to come to the front with that needle, and you're going to go through that stitch as to purl. Purl the stitch through, and take the stitches off the left needle, and voila, there is your increase right there. Okay, let's do it again a couple more times. So we're going to purl the next one because we worked that one already. And we're going to have your right stitch and your left stitch, and in between there's a horizontal bar. So we're going to pick that up with our left needle. Pick your horizontal bar up. Take your right needle to the front. And your thing may twist on you, but you just pull it back over and get that through. And you purl it. And there's your increase right there. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. So purl the next stitch off. Alright, so now you have your right stitch and your left stitch, and in between are some horizontal bars. You're going to take the left needle and pick that first horizontal bar up. Take your right needle and twist your work back around if you have to. Stick that needle, your right needle, into that as to purl. Bring it down and purl that stitch, and pull the left ones off. Here is your new purl stitch. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to give me a like or dislike and some comments, if not, I'll see you on the next video, and I hope you enjoyed that.